So the abstract geometrical proofs, I'm sorry, they're already written out. I explained this to you, recorded it, and I lost that part of my video. So the first principle, if A equals to B and B equals to C, you will cross and you will see that then A is also equal to C. If A equals to X and B equals to Y, and I should add those two, it will be equal to the addition of those two as well. The opposite of that, the subtraction, if they are equal and I subtract them both, the two answers will be the same. The next one says, if A plus B equals to X and A plus C equals to X. Now you will see again we have the two A's. Then it means that angle B equals to angle C. The last one of these principles, A plus X equals to B plus Y. And I already state that A is equal to B, because that's why they both are pink. Then X will be equal to Y. Now, on the next part of the video that I'm going to match now with this one, I started already with example number 17. So you will see at example number 17, this is my tangent. This tangent makes an angle with angle F1. This is being subtended by angle D2, which is vertically opposite to angle D1. Vertically opposite, but then in my bigger circle I will have the bow tie where angle C1 will be equal to angle D1. I'm so sorry for the mishap, but the next part of the video will be better. Right, so the reason for those two angles to be equal will then be my tan chord theorem. Right, from that point forward, I mentioned something about angle D1 and D2 being equal because it's vertically opposite. Right, so because those are now I want you to look at the cross correspondence here. So if I should then highlight angle D2 and angle D2, what can I say then about angle F1 and angle D1? So therefore, angle F1 equals angle D1. So that's then the principle, one of the principles that I just showed you. Right, then after the vertically opposite, I showed you the bow tie in the big circle, which in where we could see that angle D1 equals to angle C1. Right, so they are angles in the same circle segment. Now I'm going to highlight again D1 and D1. So if those two are equal, then it means that these two will be equal. So therefore, and then I've answered my question. Therefore, angle C1 equals to angle F1. Please paste in example 18. Right, at example 18, we see the word tangent twice. So we have a tangent and we have another tangent. So because we have two, I'm going to use the graph twice. Okay, so let's quickly see what can we see about the first tangent. So the big circle is going to be my pink circle. Now there's a lot of things happening inside of this pink circle, of which I want you to pay attention. So this is the tangent, this is the chord BC. There's the one angle. Now this is only one of three chords that is coming from this tangent. So I have chord BC, I have chord AC, and I also have chord CD. So be very vigilant when you work with these to pay attention. So angle C1, the chord and the tangent makes this angle. So which angle is now subtended to BC? And that then will be angle D1. When I look further, I can also see that angle D1 will be exactly the same size as angle A1 because those are angles in the same circle segment. Right. So there's a lot of other things that I can also see about this, but let's quickly go look at the small angle. So you will see I've made pencil markings with these. So all of the angles that I just marked, they are all exactly the same size. My smaller circle is going to be my blue circle. So I'm just going to use the angles that I indicated on my pink circle as being equal. I'm going to indicate them here as well. So that was A1, D1, and angle C1 that were already equal. Now, BC is my tangent. The chord that it's making is BP. In other words, angle B1 will be the angle between my chord and my tangent. That one is being subtended by angle A1, which means that if angle A1, angle D1, angle C1 are the same, it means that then angle B1 will also be the same. Now, the first question that they ask me about this is to prove that BC is equal to CD. Now, in order for me to prove that BC is equals to CD, I will have to refer back to these. In other words, if I can prove that the two angles are the same size, I can prove that the sides are equal because of sides opposite equal angles. So let's go back to what we've just done now. So we started with the pink one, the pink tangent. We got the three angles. From those three angles, I put them in there. And then we use the blue circle with a tangent to prove. In other words, by doing this, I have now proved that angle D1 equals to angle B1, which now will mean that BC is equal to CD. But how are we going to write this down? Right, so to prove that BC equals CD, I must prove that angle B1 equals to angle D1. So I'm going to start with the pink one, which is now in my circle, and I can call that circle ABC because they refer to it there as in the following sketch. ECH is a tangent to circle ABC. So I'm going to start working on circle ABC. Right, so angle C1 equals to angle D1, tan chord theorem. When I was done proving that, I noticed that angle D1 is equal to angle A1. Right, so that was angles in the same segment. So from there on, I'm going to use my principle and come to the conclusion that angle C1 is equal to angle A1. Right, so that's the conclusion from the principle that I'm currently making. Now this is what happened in the pink circle. Let's now go to the blue circle. So the main thing about the blue circle was that angle B1 is equal to angle A1, tan chord theorem. Right, now I want to cross reference because I am now looking for B1 being equal to angle D1. Now, please reference these because angle A1. So therefore, angle D1 equals to angle B1. And if those two angles are equal, I have just proved that BC is equal to CD, and the reason being sides opposite equal angles. Right, so let's then start with B. Right, at B they say we must prove that BD is parallel to EC. Now, if I can combine these two pictures that I've already made, these two, right? So let's just mark all the equal angles now. You can decide which one I'm going to. Right, so to prove that BD is parallel to EH, I can either look for corresponding angles, co-interior angles, or alternating angles. Now I can see that angle B1 alternates with angle C1. They are not just alternating, but they are also equal. So because they are equal alternating angles, it means that BD is perpendicular to EC. Let's write that down. Right, so now we must go back and see how did we initially prove that angle B1 is equal to angle C1. Now it's not written anywhere here, so we will have to do the cross-reference to prove that it's true. So what we've already said is, we've already said that angle C1 equals to angle A1. That I already did. Now I just need to say that I'm not quite sure if that spelling is correct. So from there on forward, I've already said that. Now remember, I'm on my way where? So what I've already also said is that angle A1 is equal to angle B1. I've already shown that as well. Right, so if I have the A1 and the A1 and they are equal, then it means that angle C1 equals to angle B1. Now right at the top we said that if we prove this, then this is true. So if I've done that, what can I say after that? I can say they are equal alternating angles. Oh, I'm sorry, I needed to write that. So therefore, BD parallel to EC, because alternating angles are equal. This reason is just supposed to be there. The last one here is to prove that AC bisects BAD. Now BAD is the angle there, it's A1 and A2. And what they mean when they say bisect is that AC divides that angle A into two equal parts. So to prove that, we need to prove that angle A1 is equal to angle A2. Now there's a long way to get to that, but I'm going to quickly show you the short way, which I'm not sure you would have seen. So previously we've proved that BC equals to CD. In other words, these two chords are exactly the same size. Now this chord is subtended by angle A2, that angle there. Equal chords, and that chord is being subtended by angle A1, which means that angle A1 is equal to angle A2, and that AC bisects BAD. Right, so we've already said that BC is equal to CD. That was already proved. So from there on, I can now say that angle A1 is equal to angle A2, with my reason being, let me just make sure, equal chords, equal angles. And therefore, AC bisects angle BAD. Please paste in example 9. Right, so example 19 looks a little bit different. So I'm looking at the question here, and I'm seeing angle D1, and angle C1, and then all the way there I'm looking at angle A1. So I'm going to quickly look for something that has to do with angle C1 and angle D1. So angle D1 is an exterior angle of triangle CDE. In other words, angle E plus angle C1 will be equal to angle D1, exterior angles of a triangle. Now, some way or another, I need to now pull A1 into this equation. So if I look at angle A1, I see that I also have angles in the same circle segment. So it means that angle A1 is equal to angle E because it's angles in the same circle segment. Now, to be able to complete that equation, I can now see by just going and replacing E with A1 that I already have proved that. Right, so let's have a look at what they are asking us now. We must prove that angle B, that angle, equals to angle C1 plus angle S2. Now, when we look at angle C1 and S2, again, it forms a triangle with an exterior angle D1 and D2. So if I look at it like this, angle D1 and angle D2 is equal to angle S2 plus angle C1. Right, I've just shown you that. So now a little bit to be awake, I want to show you the next thing. So in fact, ABCD is a cyclic quad. Now, this is still an exterior angle of the cyclic quad. And what do I know about this exterior angle of the cyclic quad? That then will be equal to angle B, exterior angles of a cyclic quad. So let's write that also down. Okay, so in other words, if they are equal, then they are equal, which was exactly what was asked. So now I'm just going to make my conclusion. Therefore, angle C1 plus angle S2 equals to angle B. And that wraps it up.